Have you ever noticed your dog staring at you for no reason? Or tilting their head when you speak? Maybe they bring you their favorite toy, but they don't seem to want to play. What if I told you these little actions aren't random at all? Dogs don't speak our language, but that doesn't mean they aren't constantly trying to communicate with us. In fact, your dog is sending you signals every single day, and if you know how to read them, you'll understand them better than ever before. Today, I'm going to break down the hidden messages behind common dog behaviors, so you can finally figure out what your furry friend is trying to tell you. And trust me, the meaning behind number 7 might completely change the way you see your dog. Let's start with one of the most common and most misunderstood behaviors: staring. If your dog locks eyes with you, you might wonder, are they judging me? Are they plotting something? But in reality, eye contact is one of the strongest ways dogs build connections with humans. In the wild, prolonged eye contact can be a sign of dominance or even aggression, but when your dog gazes at you softly, it's actually a sign of love and trust. Scientists have found that when a dog and their owner look at each other, both of them experience a rise in oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. It's the same hormone that strengthens the bond between parents and their babies. So the next time your dog stares at you, don't be weirded out. They're just telling you they love you. But staring isn't always about love. If your dog gives you an intense, focused stare, especially with a stiff body, they might be feeling tense, stressed, or even aggressive. It's important to look at the rest of their body language. Is their tail stiff? Are their ears pinned back? If so, they could be feeling threatened or uncomfortable. Now, let's talk about a behavior that makes dog owners go, "ah," every time: the head tilt. Have you ever been talking to your dog and they suddenly tilt their head to the side, as if they're really trying to understand what you're saying? It's adorable, but what does it actually mean? Well, scientists believe that dogs tilt their heads to hear better and focus on specific sounds. Just like how humans sometimes adjust their position to hear someone in a noisy room, dogs do the same thing. But here's something even more fascinating. Some experts believe that head tilting also helps dogs read human facial expressions better. Since their muzzles block part of their vision, tilting their heads could give them a better angle to see our mouths and eyes as we talk. So the next time your dog tilts their head, they might not just be listening, they might be trying to read your emotions. Now, let's move on to a behavior that often confuses dog owners: bringing you a toy, but not wanting to play. If your dog brings you their favorite toy and just sits there staring at you, they might not actually be asking you to throw it. Instead, this is often a sign of trust and affection. In the wild, dogs bring food to their pack as a way of sharing resources and strengthening social bonds. So when your dog brings you a toy, it's like they're saying, "This is important to me, and I want to share it with you." Of course, some dogs really do want you to throw the toy, but if they just sit there after bringing it, they're offering you a gift, even if it's a slobbery, half-chewed one. Alright, now for something that might surprise you. Why does your dog follow you everywhere? If your dog won't let you go to the bathroom alone, congratulations! You have a little shadow. But this behavior isn't just about needing attention. It actually goes back to a dog's pack instincts. In the wild, dogs stay close to their pack leaders for safety and companionship. To your dog, you are their pack leader, and following you around is their way of staying connected and making sure you're safe. But there's another reason dogs do this: reinforcement. If your dog follows you and you regularly give them attention for it, they learn that staying close means getting love, treats, or playtime. If you ever wonder, why won't my dog give me space? It's probably because they see no reason to. Now, let's talk about licking, aka doggy kisses. Most people assume that when a dog licks them, it's simply a sign of love. And while that's partially true, licking has many different meanings. In the wild, puppies lick their mothers' mouths to signal hunger, and adult dogs lick as a sign of respect and submission. When your dog licks you, they could be expressing affection, but they might also be saying, 1. I respect you as my leader. 2. I need something: food, attention, or comfort. 3. You taste interesting. Yep, sometimes it's just because you have salty skin. But what if your dog is licking excessively? If they're constantly licking themselves, objects, or even the air, it could be a sign of stress, boredom, or even a medical issue. If you notice obsessive licking, it's always a good idea to check with your vet. Alright, we're getting close to the most surprising behavior on this list. Why does your dog sit on your feet? This might seem like an odd behavior, but it actually has a very sweet meaning. When a dog sits or lies on your feet, it's usually a sign of protection and love. They're saying, "I want to be close to you and keep you safe." But sometimes, sitting on your feet can also be a sign of anxiety or insecurity. If your dog only does it in new or stressful situations, they might be looking for comfort and reassurance. It's their way of staying grounded and connected to you when they feel uncertain. And finally, let's talk about why your dog yawns when you yawn. You might think dogs yawn simply because they're tired, and that's true, sometimes. But yawning in dogs also has a social meaning. Studies have shown that dogs can catch yawns from their owners, just like humans do from each other. This is a sign of empathy and bonding. Dogs also yawn when they're feeling anxious or overwhelmed. If your dog yawns in a stressful situation, like during a vet visit or when meeting new dogs, it could be their way of calming themselves down. So, next time you see your dog yawning, think about the context. Are they tired, stressed, or just mirroring your behavior? Either way, it's a fascinating insight into how deeply dogs connect with us. At the end of the day, dogs are constantly trying to communicate with us. Every tail wag, head tilt, and lick has meaning. We just need to learn how to listen. Which of these behaviors does your dog do the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more dog lovers can learn to understand their furry friends better. See you in the next one.